Hey, what's up, guys? So, I'm so excited. Tears of the Kingdom is finally out. It felt like forever we've been waiting for this game to finally come out, but it's out, guys, and I've been going crazy for it all weekend, and I'll give you my initial thoughts of the game so far. But before we go on talk about my first impressions, just want to say thank you guys for getting me to 100 subscribers. I appreciate it so much, and I have a 100 subscriber video coming up, so look forward to that. But anyway, on to my first impressions. So first good thing is that this game is way more story driven than Breath of the Wild was, and it wasn't necessarily a really bad thing Breath of the Wild was, because the challenge Breath of the Wild have was that they made a game that you can go at any direction, anywhere, approach the game any way you want to, but at the same time telling a coherent story. So Nintendo had the intelligent idea of you were trying to retrieve Link's memories, and through that it slowly pieces together a coherent story, which was a very clever way of doing it. And for some reason I don't feel like they're doing that approach, just because this game is a sequel to Breath of the Wild and Link isn't knocked out like he was in the beginning of Breath of the Wild. So even how the game starts too, it will kind of just immediately jump you into the story, and I'm actually really excited because I feel like they really want to tell a much more interesting type of story in this game. Definitely excited for that, looking forward to that. Second good thing, the unique puzzles are so satisfying. You see, puzzle solving is a key aspect if you're familiar with Zelda games, and Tears of the Kingdom is no different. In fact, Tears of the Kingdom somehow sets the bar higher, which is incredible because you have this ability called Ultra Hand, and what Ultra Hand allows you to do is that you're able to stick any material together. So let's say you got some blocks of wood, or you got some fans, you're able to make some type of vehicle or whatever you need to make for that situation, whether it's to pass the bridge or to one side of the island, stage, castle, whatever it is, and it allows you to make and craft something whatever you want. It's incredible because it totally opens up Zelda in a way that I didn't think was possible. It finally allows you to be able to beat a puzzle in multiple ways. There's technically no right way to beat it. The way I like to envision it is that you're a kid in a sandcastle and Nintendo gives you the tools, and there's technically no right way to build the sandcastle properly. It's just up to you to build it. And that's what it really did. And for me, as much as I love Zelda games, I won't really consider myself a huge puzzle guy. Like, I will do a puzzle to get through the next area of the game, but I'm not exactly excited to do a puzzle. In Tears of the Kingdom, I actually am excited to, because it's really up to you and your own creative self of how you approach it. There's not any right way, it's whatever way you think it is. It just opens up the game in a way I never thought they could. And lastly, the game really feels like its own world, right? Just the fact how animals or enemies interact with each other. Like, I remember seeing this one scenario play out where an ice choo-choo was attacking one of the new enemies. I don't know his name. Just some ancient looking thingamajig. Anyways, he was attacking him, and the ancient enemy had some weapon that spit out fire, and because the choo-choo was ice, when he killed it, he released an ice choo-choo item and a fire choo-choo item, which I just thought was a kind of cool little nod. And it's kind of cool to see the enemies fight each other, so you can kind of bait it, right? Like, I remember I shot an arrow at one of the ancient guys, and he noticed the choo-choo first, and so they're attacking each other, and it just opens up of how you can really interact with the world, right? And what I like about this game is that most things have a primary effect but also have a secondary effect. So if you use something in a way that, well, can I do it this way or can I do it that way, you probably can. Things are just limited to your creativity. But as much as I love this game isn't perfect. So let's start with the bad. First thing, the over complex tutorial. I felt like with this game, Nintendo was expecting a lot of people who already played Breath of the Wild to play this game, which is rightfully fair. But I feel like even as someone who played Breath of the Wild and for the most part almost completed it, if the first island, I guess you can call the island that you're on, feels way harder than it needs to be. Just because in Breath of the Wild, it was one little island and it was all the same level. But because this island's in the sky, some places are at different levels, so it's hard to see and harder to get to. And for me, I just felt like it was overly hard for a place that you're supposed to start off with. And even as someone who's an experienced Zelda player and played a lot of Breath of the Wild, I felt a little overwhelmed and felt like I was stuck in some places longer than I should be. So as much as I like Tears of the Kingdom, I feel like Breath of the Wild has a much better, I guess you can call it a tutorial island, or the first map you start off with, the Great Plateau. But honestly, besides that, I really don't have that much bad things to say about this game. It somehow topped Breath of the Wild. But again, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I just got out of the beginning area. But the fact I can even see glimpses of how this game was able to top a game that felt like it was untoppable, if that's even a word, is incredible. So of course, if you played Breath of the Wild, buy this game. Do yourself a favor, buy this game. And if you haven't played Breath of the Wild, what the hell are you doing here? Stupid? Buy Breath of the Wild. Didn't mean to call you stupid, but come on, you're a little stupid for not playing Breath of the Wild. So play Breath of the Wild already. Anyways, I don't often do full reviews for games just because it's very time consuming and I'd rather work on other videos. But I actually do plan to make a full review on Tears of the Kingdom because it really is that good and I have a lot more to say about this game. But I didn't, of course, want to talk about spoilers. But with that said, sorry, man. I forgot what I was gonna say. I was thinking about Tears of the Kingdom, to be honest, man. As soon as I'm done with the video, I'm gonna play some. So I'll talk to you guys later, man. Play Tears of the Kingdom. Do yourself a favor and play this game. All right, see you guys. Bye.